What's up, Kriskies?
What's up, fellow gamers? I don't know why I've started today. I don't know why that's become my customary greeting now. I just feel like I feel like us gamers are a community, you know? We gotta stick together. Dog, you're muted, my lady. Milady. You're either muted or your mic is.
My mic was turned all the way down. Can you hear me now?
Well, you got a little daiquiri in your hand? You got a little early morning Cosmo?
Having a little coffee.
Okay.
My brother said he's going to ship me his PS4 because he got a PS5.
Whoa.
I know.
Club.
Isn't that cool?
That's very exciting.
But I mean, is that safe to ship? He's going to ship it across the country?
You ever seen some of these schizos that work at the post office? Dude.
Right. But also, who wants a PS4?
A strong anti-post office pod.
Right? We don't trust them.
The post office.
If I worked at the post office, I would open packages and look. Don't you think you'd crack after a couple years? You'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna see what's in this box."
Yeah,
I mean, it would
especially
be like
the suspicious ones
are fun. Well, I mean, not even the suspicious ones, man. I mean, I feel like it's kind of nice to do all the ones that are non-suspicious.
Those are probably the most suspicious by default because it's like all the craziest stuff is always sent in the most like unassuming packages.
That's true.
You know,
evidently,
like
people. I've always thought the idea of shipping drugs and shipping, illegal shit is, kind of feels like very fucked because you're like, you put it in the mail and then you have no idea where you're kind of like leaving your fate at the hands of some people you don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But evidently, it's very common. Like people ship drugs
all the time.
Yeah,
I knew someone who because like especially with like pot being legal in some states and not in others, and like for instance, like my dad, he's got like health issues where marijuana like helps with pain, and he's like suggested it before, but I'm too scared to send drugs through the mail because I know someone who did that one time in college, and the police set up an entire sting operation for her. She got full-blown taken down by the police at the post office.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it happened. Whoa. She literally was just sending weed from Boston to New York, and I think she said it happened in like 2008. So this is a while ago, but
Obama
it
politics.
Scared me. Yeah, this is like thanks Obama.
Crazy.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Put in a cage at the border too.
Yeah, they rushed her, and she's like, "Holy shit! Like I'm just a college kid," and they're like, "It doesn't really matter. This is illegal. You can't do that."
Crazy.
She's like, I'm a white college kid smoking weed.
I'm literally a white college child, and it's like, fuck you. You're going to prison.
That's why I couldn't be a cop. That scenario specifically.
Yeah.
I would never have the heart to arrest somebody for weed. I don't
like anyone.
Come on.
Be like,
I mean, what's the of all the myriad of things that are bad in the world that need to have people arrested? Like, that's pretty fucking.
That's so true. But yeah, that is a good point. I mean, she was white, and that's 2008. I bet there are tons of people in prison for what she did, and she's not.
Well, hey,
crazy stuff.
Hey, it's all in the game. You know what I mean? It's all in the game.
Hey, my free day couldn't be more true.
Trying to find a good weed photo to put in the background.
Oh yeah.
We're weed.
I love the wacky tobacco.
Hey, dog boobs. I keep hearing about all this human trafficking going on in America, and I feel like you probably know all about it because of these. I heard about it on one of these killer podcasts.
Oh,
wait, there's human trafficking happening.
But like the way they say it is that it's like people smoking weed. Like it's happening everywhere, right in front of our faces.
Yes.
And I'm kind of going like, dog, we got to get on the case here, don't we?
We do got to get on the case. And you know what actually helped me like wrap my head around this human trafficking thing is the Marilyn Manson abuse case. Have you guys been following that?
No, I haven't.
All right, so this is what's been going on for a few
All
years
I know about
now.
Marilyn Manson is he supposedly removed his ribs so he could suck his own dick, and that's the urban lore that's the Richard Gere had a gerb up his butt and Marilyn Manson took ribs out. They're like those two things I
Yep.
remember from 7th grade. That's it.
Totally. And I remember that. That is weird. That is what I remember too. That is all I remember.
So wait, something else happened in his life?
Yeah. So so it's come out like a few years ago.
Really fast. By the way, this is Did You Reddit? Weekly
Oh,
podcast
please.
about the internet by way of Reddit, the front page of the internet. I can tell that we're gonna have a long. We got casual pod
Banter
right now, so we're just gonna like go off on a tangent. But welcome. My name is It's Your Dad.
I'm Dog Boobs.
My free day at the studio.
Creamy.
In charge of to our chief cop officer.
Yeah.
My free day.
Chief cop officer.
Chief detective cop officer.
So anyway, continue with your story, Doug. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just got to get
that's
fella in there.
I appreciate you doing that. It was unclear what show this was. So a few years ago, Evan Rachel Wood came out and said she had been a victim of domestic violence and a victim of rape by a former romantic partner. And everybody pretty much deduced that it was Marilyn Manson.
Everybody's like, oh, you mean Marilyn Manson?
Yeah, you mean that Marilyn Manson moment that happened that everyone was like, what the fuck's happening here? You're only 18 and he's fucking terrifying. But it was just, I think a month or so, maybe a few months ago, she officially named him as her abuser. And it's all because she helped to pass this act called the Phoenix Act, which is basically providing more time for victims of domestic violence to report that they were victims of domestic violence. Because by the time Evan Rachel Wood reported it, the statute of limitations was already up. So by the time, basically it's talking about how when you're a victim of domestic violence, your brain gets so fucked up that it can take you years to even realize you were a victim because you just get so wrapped up in all of it, you know?
Right.
So she's like, this is actually necessary. Like we have psychologists here, psychiatrists, psychologists, like everybody here that can attest to like what trauma does to the brain. You need more time. Like domestic violence survivors need more time to disclose what happened. So that's what's going on. I think it passed, in fact. So that's cool. But anyway, this is all to go back to human trafficking.
Yeah.
Her name is
couple.
What a very, very happy looking, optimistic, earnest couple. I like that her name is Evan, the name of just a guy who works at H&R Block.
Yeah.
Hey, Evan, how are my taxes doing?
And his name's Marilyn.
And his name is Marilyn. Yeah.
Middle-aged wife.
And
I love it.
I mean, man, this is one of those ones where I'm like, I love to stereotype. So he looks like a guy that would lock you up in the basement.
Yes.
Well,
he has a room.
Yeah, like people talk about this has been. I mean, people are innocent until proven guilty, of course, right? I mean, that's the way that the law works. But Marilyn Manson's whole deal has been
his whole third album was about locking chicks in the basement.
Yeah. Well, he's just a kind of an evil guy. Like that's his thing, right? So it is kind of on brand,
Very. And for years, people from his like bands, even like ex-members of the band and people in the crew and people who've worked on his tours have been like, this guy's a sadistic asshole, like to guys, to women, to fans, to people who work for him. Like he's just an asshole. Like he does things to purposely like abuse the people around him and then will systematically collect pieces of blackmail to use against them so that like
that's a joy.
Yeah. So anyway, this is all to say a lot of stuff started coming out from other victims of Marilyn Manson. There are tons of people who were like, I was 15 when Marilyn Manson passed me around the tour bus to all of his bandmates. That's human trafficking right there.
Wait, so is that what you're talking about when you talk about human trafficking?
Well, yeah. So not always, but I think it is that broad. It can encompass that even. Yeah. I think part of it too is like transporting someone, with the purpose of like distributing them for sex against their will or without, you know, I don't know, without their knowledge.
I was kind of referring to
knowledge.
the traditional sense of like kidnapping and then forced prostitution,
right?
Which I think is super huge in America.
This is one of those things where
but this is bad too.
It's also bad. This is also not what we're going to be talking about the whole podcast. But
no,
we're talking about human trafficking the whole time. But it is. I mean, I guess that topic is an interesting one because you don't. We've done a couple episodes about this, right? What did we do? That one that was like the like, object one. We did one episode about this subreddit it's like find an object or something, and it's about.
Oh yeah,
it's a subreddit where there are photos of essentially sex traffic victims and like child exploitation victims. You don't see them, but you see like the place where they are.
I think they were
subreddit dedicated to trying to identify the things in the photo so that you can help the cops essentially know where it is, right? So I recognize that is a type of candy you only can get in like southern Argentina, and you know what I mean, it's like that kind of shit.
It's called trace an object for anyone. Check out our episode on that if you're listening. Very interesting.
It's like sleuthy and sort of sad, but if you're into
deeply sad,
if you're into internet sleuthing, it's the place to hang.
And I feel like this you know, the human trafficking thing feels in a way like there are shades of it, right? Because there's also such thing as human trafficking for labor, right? I mean, which I don't think we do as much in the States, but I think that's also probably prevalent.
You're so right.
That's a big thing in the Middle East, right?
Like Saudi,
like Saudi, Qatar or Saudi Arabia or something like that. But there's
I would go ahead and say all of those countries,
probably all of them, but it's not. It may also be sex in that capacity, but I think when we think of human trafficking, we typically think of sex abuse, but it is also for labor, as in slave trading, essentially.
So
it's very, but we don't. But you know, I've never I've seen drugs, so it's easy for me to be like, oh, like I understand drug trafficking, right?
Right.
But like, I've never knowingly seen that, as far as I know. Unless, but this is the trick, right? It's like maybe you have, and you're just like, wow, I didn't realize that was what that was. I never even thought about that, right? And I wonder how do we solve that? I mean, I guess that maybe that was the whole thing with when Pornhub like changed all of their shit. I think that was part of it, where they were like,
I think Craigslist.
Craigslist
is like a hot
too, actually.
Because I think they're like a end stop for some of the traffic. That's like where the business happens.
And this brings us to our sponsor for today, eBay.
A better choice than Craigslist.
Very.
Hey, you know what? Also, we have to bring up, since we're talking about dark, demonic shit, is Lisa Lam. Those motherfuckers over at Netflix ripped us off. They used our whole podcast as their underlying IP to create Ron Howard and Brian Grazer, the two fellas behind it. I know they listened to our pod and they were like, "Yeah, let's take all that info."
I think that's bullshit.
Expect a pretty hefty lawsuit coming your way, Brian Grazer.
Our
you
lawyers
either expect a
lawsuit,
or we better expect a big ass check.
Yeah, we'll just accept the check before we even do the legal stuff. How about that?
How about that?
I meant to bring that up, I think, last pod or something. I actually haven't finished the series, but I mean, it's interesting. It's one of those things, like, it reminds me a little bit of the fucking Epstein documentary when it came out, where my girlfriend was like, we should watch the Epstein documentary. I was like, I don't want to watch Epstein. I already know all about it already. It just brings up dark shit over. But Alyssa Lam, like, we covered it so deep. When we did
some people say a better coverage.
Well, we hit. I mean, there were, like, as I was watching, I watched the first 3 episodes. I have one more I need to watch, and as we were watching it, they would get to points, and then I would be like, "Oh man, they're about to bring up the invisibility cloak thing."
Yeah.
Babe,
Hey,
Right.
buckle in, buckle in. This is about to get wild. And then they
Yeah.
didn't.
I know. Exactly.
I was
Like,
just
missed
explaining.
opportunity.
I was just explaining the invisibility cloak storyline to somebody the other night because I was like, you know what? I was pissed. They didn't bring up the
No
invisibility cloak. Someone's like,
Bullshit.
what? I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's
You just wait. Listen to this.
It's
God,
pretty heavy
with
duty,
the the Google Maps thing and the thing.
I know. But it's it's a good watch for people who don't know the story, and I mean it definitely makes me like appreciate the weirdness a little bit more because it definitely feels like as I've watched it, I've been like, wow, this is actually a pretty landmark case.
Yeah.
And Freed, we'll just know as you talk because I can't until you talk. So Freed, I know your mic has been a little loud lately, so I'm just like having a little offline with Freed if that's what we're talking about. If you're watching, anyway, but yeah, so I haven't finished the fourth one yet, but I've told you guys the story about me and my buddy Andy from Melted Bodies, the lead singer of Melted Bodies. One day we like went to a show downtown and we just were like, let's go check out the Cecil. So we like went into the Cecil, and then we just like got in an elevator, went up. And then we were like walking around the halls. I don't remember what floor we were on, but then we were like, "Hey, that window's open." It was like, "Let's go, like climb out." So we like climbed out, just climbed up to the roof.
You went up the ladder.
Yeah, like we just climbed out, went up on the roof. Nobody stopped us. Nobody said anything, and we were up there, and I was just like, "Oh man, those are the water towers." Wow, that's.
I do remember you saying. Did you guys? Okay. I know this is like really pushing it and probably in poor taste, but I would be really curious to know how heavy those lids were, like from a first person perspective.
Well, I didn't do that. I didn't try to get into it, right? I think it was kind of like I like scary shit. I like horror films. I like scary environments, I guess generally speaking. I like haunted houses and shit, but like I have a threshold where I go from like, hell yeah, dude, this is fucking shit, give me another beer, to like suddenly I'm like, oh man, we gotta get out of here. Yeah. And I think that was kind of like teetering on that, particularly because we were like trespassing and shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure we weren't the only ones who've done that. So
right.
I didn't want to like go that route, but it was also, it's like one of those things where, you're like, hey man, like, oh my God, that's where that one chick was killed. And then you're like, wow, that's crazy. And then all of a sudden, there's always one friend who's like, let's go in and touch the body. And you're just like, what? No, what are you fucking talking about?
Hey, let's go lick the body, and then maybe it's what? No, Jeff, no.
Where I was from, there was an abandoned. Well, it was abandoned at the time, but then it eventually became school buildings, but an abandoned insane asylum. Called the Ridges, and it was like a really scary, like traditional neo-Gothic insane asylum with crazy stories, right? There's like a really famous.
Oh my
God!
I'm
trying to bring it up, but it's
like American Horror Story Asylum.
Oh yeah. And it was they had a tuberculosis wing that was attached to it, right? Because back in the day, tuberculosis was kind of like COVID now, right? Though like way worse and way more gruesome, right? Where if you got it, you would like constantly be coughing blood and shit, right?
Yeah.
And so, but it was super contagious. So anybody who had it would have to go to, they would stay in this very specific wing. And it was also evidently a children's tuberculosis wing or something as well.
Oh, dead kid ghosts.
As you were going up to go to the tuberculosis wing, there was a cemetery of numbered graves. So because it was an insane asylum, so you had a bunch of like derelicts who like, they don't know, didn't really have anybody care for them. They didn't know who they were, yada yada. So,
God.
But we would walk up. I would go up there, and it would like you go up there at night, and then this is it. By the way, this is the Ridges of Athens, Ohio. But you would you would go up there, and then you would fucking see. Oh, this is actually a really famous case. So this woman died, and then there was a body. Her body had like been imprinted where she died.
Oh,
and it
Lord.
like never left the post-mortem body stain. But anyways, we would go up there, and then like I would always hear.
It's a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place, but people would straight up like be like, let's sneak in, and they would go into the fucking They would go
and be
into
like,
the TB.
if you sleep in the cell for a night, like I won't call you a pussy anymore.
Yeah, it was all about not being called a pussy back then.
Yeah, you would do a lot to not get called a pussy.
Sleep in the cell, cut your wrists, look in the mirror, say red rum, and if you do it, I won't call you a pussy.
I won't call you a pussy anymore. All right,
invite you to my
man.
birthday party. All right, Jeff.
Yeah, this is actually so. This is the ward. This is like I'm actually showing it on my screen right now. Also, not what we're here to talk about. So at some point, we're gonna get to wow, this sub exists, but you're here for the gaffs. Come on, you know why you're here. But this is so this is actually the place. So this is the TB ward. As you can see, like it ain't nice, right? So
I don't know, man. It looks like Marilyn Manson should buy that place, turn it into like his sort of club, his hang.
Oh, also a very like this is one of those things. Is like as a kid, you don't really know what this is, but as an adult, I feel like I'd be like, that's the real horror. And it's like a building just filled with asbestos.
If the ghost won't get you, the slow death from cancer will.
Right. And then also when I was in college, so eventually they turned it into a college. They started using it for Ohio University, which is there, right? And I went to a party at some art kids like dorm or art kids like studio or something, and evidently they had turned the art studio into the Ridges, or the Ridges into the art studio. So we went up and partied in this building, which was literally just this. Like they had fixed some of it, but like they had like old,
look at that,
rusted gurneys that were just around.
What?
Wow.
Literally just around. Like they hadn't gotten rid of them.
Look at that patina. That's some nice patine. I mean,
crazy stuff.
I wonder how you get that wall effect with sponges.
You got to kill people, man.
Yeah.
People got to die for you to be like that nice interior design style.
Jasmine Goodnight says she was with you for that party. Is that true?
Oh yeah, Jazz. Is Jazz on right now? Yeah, man.
Yeah, she's on.
Jazz. It was me and my buddy Jazz. Yeah, me and my buddy Jazz were at the Ridges, and it was like this famous thing. What's up, Jazz? God, I love Jazz. Jazz is one of my oldest friends. So that was where we used to. We used to go. We used to like go, and it was a.
She said the art kids put up blanket forts, and it was bizarre.
Yeah, they put up blanket forts, and there were fucking gurneys from like. So this place was also known for lobotomies. It was like it was the lobotomy. I don't want to say the lobotomy made it famous, but lobotomies.
The lobotomy capital of the Midwest.
So there's like a chance that there were just gurneys where people had literally been lobotomized. Just like around. This is a child's tuberculosis ward.
It says fun on the door. You know what we're really here to talk about today is Reaganomics and how Ronald Reagan closed the psychiatry wings in America.
Right.
Now we just send them to prison.
Is this a remnant though? Is that like an example of when they say the mental institutions were closed by, I think, Reagan?
Yeah,
is like that would be one of those places that lost its funding and just like could not keep it going. Because there's one of those in my town. It wasn't as like dreary as that, but it was still fucking creepy. And I'm from like a more wealthy place than you. It's just like San Francisco, basically. Yeah, there was more going on, I'd say, but still, like that was closed as well, and it was the same kind of state that yours was in, and it was just they were just left. They were just left there.
Yeah, I mean it's wild too because so there was an architecture movement around. I don't know if it was around the building of psychiatric facilities, or if there was a architectural movement that was just like epitomized by these psychiatric facilities. But it was also a moment in time where that specific kind of architecture was really prominent, and I feel like now
I love it. Yeah,
people love that kind of architecture, but that's the strange irony about all these abandoned. I don't think we have any abandoned ones anymore. Most of them have been like either shredded or have been reused in the same way that one is now reused by the college. I feel like a lot of places have been like turned into like office parks or like condos or whatever, right? And
that place
not all are haunted, but like they have like Shutter Island. Like there's so much narrativizing of the haunting of psychiatric facilities.
Yeah.
you know, Shutter Island's like the most obvious example of it, or there's a million obvious examples of it. But
Well, it feels like a good
good
opportunity for like homeless sheltering, not just like build fucking apartments in there and let people. I don't know if the buildings are still there, just clean them up. Don't actually, don't move the gurneys. God forbid.
Don't move the gurney.
It's not like they have, not like they already have wheels on them. Jeez.
Yeah, you want these places to have personality.
Yeah,
exactly. But anyway, well, let's. I mean, we're kind of skirting around. I mean, we got the casual pod energy today. We're doing a normal. We don't have a guest. Our last episode. Thanks for everybody who watched and listened and enjoyed. It was with our now good pal Kevin Wiseman, who I absolutely adore. Man, what a lovely guy.
What an absolute joy! Like, I mean,
the greatest.
Yeah, just like just an interesting person. Like, so knowledgeable. Just
totally
great conversation right off the bat. It was great talking to him.
And he for anybody who's unfamiliar with his work, he was in Alias, The Runaways, Marvel's The Runaways. He's a veteran talent, and so we had a nice chat with him. So thank you to him. Listen to his podcast. Did We Do It with Kyle Gass? They have some sick guests, quite frankly. Some like big name, cool, recognizable people from the Hollywood scene. But today we are talking about Wow, This Sub Exists. And Wow, This Sub Exists is something I feel like we've used Wow, This Sub Exists for our own finding of subs before.
Yeah. I feel like it's been a resource, and
it's been a good resource.
And now we're gonna actually like give it the credit it deserves.
We're just gonna go casual on it. I mean, this one's a pretty big subreddit, but it's very good for finding subs that kind of deserve a deeper dive. So I assume that we're probably going to find a few and then do a full episode on them at another point, because it's just that kind of place. So anyway, so Dog, do you want to do the honors and do the what is this sub, etc.?
Yeah. So it's called Wow, This Sub Exists. So all one word, guys. Subreddits you didn't think existed, but they do. It reminds me a little bit of Rule 34. It's like if you can think of it, there's probably a subreddit for it. Go ahead and tell us about it. Check out other subs on the subreddit list of subreddits. So this is pretty much. So I found a really fucking funny one right away. Let me share my screen with you guys. This is like, so basically this subreddit is inviting people to come and share like the most ridiculous, weird subreddits that they can find. And this one was in the top of the week. It's called Censored for Betas. And it's an entire subreddit of naked pictures of women with their breasts and genitals blurred for guys who think they don't deserve to see them.
I love that. Is this, are we going to get taken down from Twitch if I pull this up?
It's blurred. It might be the safest one.
Well, they're not safe for work still, so I guess this is
we'll keep them thumbnails.
We'll keep them thumbnails.
So is the context that the girl she's blurring the picture before she posts it as a way to say like close, but you don't deserve this. So is that?
I wonder who posts them. If it's like
or if it's a third party like.
Well, I mean, context is really funny because the idea of like the beta, the alpha, and the beta, where the alpha this is like the virgin incel who's not worthy of seeing the breasts of a woman.
I just love the self-governing idea of this. Like for like betas who know they shouldn't go to Gone Wild or like they're like, no.
Or
I wonder if
anywhere else on the internet. Yeah.
I wonder if it's an alpha guy who's like, listen, I'm just gonna like censor the stuff that I find on the top of the day from Gone Wild and just give it to the betas and like post it and censor for betas. And if he is like, what a Robin Hood.
20 push-ups, then you can come to this other one. You
You gotta work up to it.
Bench 2 plates and I'll let you check out Gone Wild.
What a blessed idea. I think that's
and
so
I also
funny.
love we have Wow, This Sub Exists official FAP Friday thread. So this is a this is a tough one because I want to click on all the Gone Wild ones because they're actually really funny. Like the reason we did this is because I found Diabetics Gone Wild, which is why I was like, we got to do Wow, This Sub Exists.
Yes.
And Diabetics Gone Wild is literally it's just photos. I'm not going to click on the link because there are not safe for work images there, but it's literally photos of people in the Gone Wild pose and the Gone Wild thing where they're just like showing their butt, showing their tits, showing their crotch, but they always have an exposed diabetic patch, like an insulin patch.
Love it. I love it.
So and some of them are, there's only like, it's not a huge community, you know, so you can quickly look at all 6 pictures.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, you know, some of them are like tastefully hidden and you're like, oh, it took me a second to see that.
This is hilarious. I love this. I've noticed a lot of the Gone Wild takes, like the different Gone Wilds. Like there's a Gone Wild 30 plus. There's a Gone Wild, different ones are kind of like I don't know if sometimes I like the angle of it's really promoting this body positivity and like you can be sexy. You having a diabetes patch doesn't make you not sexy, like all this stuff. But then I also wonder if it's just like a really, really clever idea from a guy that's like, let's make women with diabetes think they need to post naked pictures of themselves to feel sexy about their bodies. So I don't know what it is.
Well, this is the interesting middle ground always with anything sexy on the internet, right? Because there's like a part of me, I always talk about those with cam girls, right? Where like part of it is like, right on, lady, like good for you, liberating, OnlyFans, same thing, making money on doing whatever you want, right? But then,
and I'm saying they're trafficked. They're trafficked kids.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if they're actually
that's the range.
That's a fucking problem, right?
Yeah.
It's a huge range of like the apex of self-liberation and like the literal fucking Epstein like dungeon of like exploitation, and you have no idea what sits in between. So you're like with Diabetics Gone Wild. One version is like you can be diabetic and sexy and it's not a problem, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm for it. Way to go, nice. But the other one is like, I've identified a brand new fetish, so we're stealing these images to post on, you know what I mean? Really
and I think
it's a complicated continuum, I guess.
And people who enjoy, you know, these pictures, like I think dudes want to think that it's the liberated woman posing nude.
I think anybody wants to think that. I think that's like that you want that to be the case, right?
Yeah.
Well,
but especially the people like it's like going and enjoying them. You don't want to.
Yeah, that's part of the fantasy. That's part of the fantasy is like, right. It's like it's like the sexually liberated girl who's like, this is just how I am, and guys are like, that's awesome. That's exactly. That's the perfect woman right there. You know,
boom.
she got insulin and great panties.
She's got insulin. She's eating an Activia naked with her butthole out every morning because she's a liberated woman.
Man, that's my dream girl. But she's actually in the background. You can see a Marilyn Manson poster hanging, and she's wearing 2 ribs around her neck.
Very complicated.
We don't know.
This is a absolutely bizarre. This is actually why I love Reddit. Like we are back. What I love about this subreddit is like this is the reason we got into Reddit in the first place. Is weird anomalies like this. So r/Chadwick is shared 50-50 by a private school in Los Angeles called Chadwick School and the actor Chadwick Boseman.
Are they competing for supremacy? I love this.
Yeah, I want to know. Or did they live peacefully side by side?
Well, this is also it is written in the actual description. The description of this subreddit, Chadwick School is a non-sectarian K-12 school located on the Palo Verdes Peninsula in Los Angeles, California. Chadwick Boseman was an actor known for his roles as Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, and Black Panther. Literally, it's a combo subreddit.
It was like made to be this.
It was made to be this. Yeah, exactly. So Luis Watson Williamson, right? And then it's tagged as school. And then Chadwick wins Best Actor Golden Globes, and it's tagged as Boseman.
Oh my God.
And then
This
it's
is
82
perfect.
faculty have signed a letter to the board of directors showing a no vote of confidence in our current head of school, Dalsoe. Straight up school wonk shit. Like
Straight
nothing
up
Chadwick
This is
Boseman.
amazing. It also it seems like someone named Chadwick_fan posts a lot, but about the school,
amazing.
which is not what you would expect.
And also Chadwick Mod is the other one.
This is really interesting.
What an extreme. Yeah, it's like you have people like Chadwick_fan posting a lot, but you also have people like Bose is the man. And I think it might only be those two people posting back and forth.
Can you play the Chadwick School end of the year video 2017 right there, like middle of your page?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh,
let's see what we got here.
Because this place looks real nice. Whoa.
Mean, it's been a great year at Bose. It's been a great year at Bozeman. It's been a great year at Chadwick. That's a stop.
I love this.
And what an extremely weird subreddit.
Yeah, this could be the weirdest subreddit. They're going to good schools. One of them's going to Wesleyan. Difficult school to get into. 62 cum laude students.
Ooh.
What?
God, sounds like a good school.
Looks like a very good school. And then
Indigenous kids?
Chadwick Boseman tribute right above it.
Fuck yeah.
I like that they're almost like one-for-one competing videos.
Yeah.
Or posts. You know, for every Chad school, there's a Chad Bose post.
And you know what? I bet a lot of people who go to Chadwick school are Chadwick Boseman fans. So I bet there's a lot of overlap.
Must be
cool sub. Strange. Really cool sub.
Subreddit. I love it.
I found a very freaky subreddit.
Ooh, can't wait.
You guys. It's called Sons of Orpheus. I've never heard of this before. Okay.
All right.
It says, "Welcome, fellow siblings. We are the children of Orpheus. We are here to guide you on our sacred journey to deliver our biomass to the stars. No weird food rules, no genital mutilation. Purple velour tracksuits are the default. Sex and murder rituals, okay."
Wait, is this just the Heaven's Gate kind of subreddit?
This appears to be a subreddit devoted or by and for a cult that wants to shoot dead bodies at planets to increase its odds of supporting life.
Wait, they want to shoot dead bodies at planets?
Yes, I think that's what they mean by delivering our biomass to the stars.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a kind of a cool idea. I think you need to be put in some kind of a jar, some kind of a ball jar, you know, with one of those lids.
Boom King.
Wow. And then you put
our Boom King.
Boom King.
Nice to see you, old pal.
Ooh.
So tell us about Morpheus. I got to know more about this cult.
I am very interested in this. Okay, so let's see. They've got merch. Let's look at this top of the time.
Well, they've got merch.
They got merch. We know that. Okay, so never forget our founder is the top of all time. So let's see what this is. It's a text.
Please be Marilyn Manson.
A post. Okay, so this is from, I guess, their founder, from someone named in a fake British accent. "We should just shoot our corpses at these worlds and contaminate them with biomass so that Earth-like life has a higher chance to evolve on it, and then we can reincarnate there." Thinking emoji. This sounds like a decent space cult I could form. Edit. Based on the enthusiastic support, I vote we name ourselves Sons of Orpheus after his legendary journal into the underworld. It gives me an excuse to skyberry everyone with a radical guitar as well. Edit. Just a heads up, we have a strict no weird rules regarding food or genital mutilation policy. Ritual hama/suicide is not out of the question, but you are required to find someone willing to cover your shift before dying. Uniforms have yet to be designed, but we're leaning towards purple velour. HR has informed me that not wanting that though HR has formed me, those not wanting, wishing to be called a son of Orpheus can also designate themselves a daughter of Eurydice or any mix thereof.
All right.
Cool.
Eurydice. Whatever.
So I guess this is a cult that was founded on Reddit, that literally began on Reddit.
Yeah, it began as this comment, I guess.
Well,
as a joke.
we're gonna have to put a tab in that one because we are gonna do a full episode on the Suns.
We are
absolutely
tapping that one.
Absolutely no chance. That's insane. What else do we got? Like, I'm gonna go to the top of all time because I feel like the top of all time must be a
banger.
This there's a couple good ones in this page. This is an interesting one. Aryan nationalism. I know what you think.
Ooh.
White pride. But it's actually an anti-racist subreddit created so racists can't use the name. It's like they're taking it first.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
But then
that's funny.
Interesting.
This is very clever.
It's like a swoop. It's a swoop.
Look at this is interesting. Aryan nationalism's little thumbnail logo. It has a swastika in it, but it says Black Lives Matter around it.
Oh, that's cool.
This is very weird. It says, we're actually an anti-racism sub created so that neo-Nazis can't use the name. You can post anti-racism memes and stuff here. Join our community and help us fight racism.
Oh, so this is them just claiming. This is like sub squatting.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Oh my God.
Yes. Jesus. Squatting to squash. Yeah. Did you just click on the one I think I just clicked on?
Yeah. Is it an egg coming out of someone's butt?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It is.
Something else.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. No, that's what it was. I was like, what is that? I was like, what is that?
What sub are you on? I don't.
Aryan nationalism. Yeah. That's
okay.
I didn't. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
I think it's a shit post. Just literally a shit post, but it's eggs coming out of somebody's butt, and I think it's just taking up space on this page, so racist stuff doesn't populate it. I guess I don't know.
So cool, man.
But the biggest question I have about that post, Dog Boots, is it's coming from YouTube. Which how do you show that on YouTube? How does YouTube work?
More investigations needed.
More investigation is needed.
And how do you put eggs up someone's butt without cracking them? I do not understand anything.
Are you sure it was a normal egg, or was it something made to look like an egg?
It might be one of those.
We cannot confirm
eggs from furniture stores.
It actually was a Fabergé egg from Paris. I'm pretty sure.
Was there or was there not yolk? Is what I want to know.
No yolk.
Well, then it's not a real egg, man. You fell for the lies again. Come on.
I'm such a rube.
This is a subreddit called Bad Paintings by Bob Ross, and it has no posts. It literally does not have a single post.
Not allowed to have anything here.
Which is really funny, actually.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's beautiful.
I like that Bob Ross is kind of having a resurgence. I feel like he's popping up.
You know what I found out about Bob Ross once?
Oh, geez.
I went through a phase.
What?
Oh, he was a big child trafficker. No.
I knew it. I knew it.
Not true. I tried to buy a Bob Ross painting once because I was just like, you know what? I would love to own a piece. I feel like he's Bob Ross. That'd be really cool. And then if you search for a Bob Ross authentic painting online, it is literally impossible to get one or verify it because the whole point of what he did was showing people how to replicate his style perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's virtually impossible to find an authentic Bob Ross because I think most of his paintings, if not all of them, are also in like his family trust or something. But
that is so true.
Also, like you can't. He was
teaching people how to like paint at home.
Yeah. Exactly. So it literally could be anybody that did that. So
that's such a good point.
Which was really odd. Like I was like,
So then the game, the game becomes finding a real Bob Ross, not necessarily owning amazing art that anybody can't do. Like the Mona Lisa is like a one of a kind, right? Or whatever. I don't know anything about art, but you can't replicate that. But you can replicate a Bob Ross painting pretty easily. But the game then is just getting the original. That's the art. Whoa.
Amazing.
That's cool.
Wow.
Love it.
Well, it feels like you got some weekend work cut out for you.
Got some weekend work. So this is a fun one. I mean, there's all fun ones. This subreddit is entirely fun ones. Plant Clinic. Plant Clinic. So this is a subreddit for you to show a picture of your dying plant, and then other posters will help you diagnose what is happening with the plant and how to make it
Oh,
healthy.
This
I need to use this.
very useful for people.
Yeah, so repotting a succulent and found an entirely white pup growing under the soil amongst the root system.
A dog?
Right?
What is that?
What
Oh
is
no,
a
it's just
pup?
like another. Is a pup the name of a small succulent?
A new succulent.
It's a new succulent, maybe? I thought it was a dog you found under there. Like a little woof, woof, woof.
Pup.
Yeah.
Little pup.
I thought it was going to be a worm, and that was just a cute name for it.
Yeah, pup could be a worm. That looks like a good tasting worm. Whoa, an
Wow.
albino plant?
My calathea, is that what kind of plant that is? A
guess
calathea?
so.
A calathea, something. My fill in the blank plant woke up and chose death. What's happening? Also ID if anybody knows.
Oh,
Right?
weird. This has
Something's
got to
going
be
on.
helpful.
It looks healthy though, huh?
Yeah, so I mean, some people would pay thousands for this on eBay. Quick, sell it before it dies. Oh, that's
Oh,
suicide by variegation.
the new growth
It looks
is
like that's
white.
what somebody is actually suggesting, honestly, right? Which is, what does that mean? What is variegation?
A variation in the color of different zones of the same plant.
Huh.
Very interesting. Maybe that doesn't mean it's dying. Maybe it means it's just trying a new look. It's reinventing itself.
Yeah, it's trying to cut out the parts that are white.
Yeah.
As a way to, interesting.
I feel like everything in nature is designed to survive or to procreate. So this is probably this is my idea. The white maybe makes them less edible looking
Ooh.
for like bugs or something like that.
No nutrients here.
No nutrients here. Don't be trying to eat my photosynthesis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My chlorophyll not here. And then all of a sudden when he's ready to have babies, he'll turn green and he's like open for business. I'm ready.
For business. That's probably it. You could be a botanist.
I mean, this is the
Could have been a great one.
This is a really good explanation, right? So it still has green leaves. So it's still photosynthesizing just fine. It's not committing suicide at all. This is just variegation. A plant will automatically stop its variegation when it's not as healthy, getting less sun, less nutrients in the soil, yada yada. This happens a lot in pathos. Golden pathos is notorious for going fully green if it's not in full sun. Your plant is pretty happy if it is deciding to spend energy on super variegated leaves. So let them be. If your plant feels like it's lacking in metabolic resources, it'll grow green leaves. Plants are pretty smart. No need to cut anything.
Interesting.
Wow. So this person's just like, it's fine. It's doing all right. Don't worry about it.
It looks healthy.
Interesting. I love it.
Really cool sub. I love this. This is really
that I have a plant that's been giving me the business. I need to use that one again is called Plant Clinic, right? Okay, cool.
Get some of that karma that you're desperately lacking. Come on.
They don't love me. They just don't love me. Check this out. Alex's YouTube videos. A real good hack here. This is a sub. Our Alex's YouTube videos. This guy's unable to watch YouTube at work on his computer. So he uploads the videos to Reddit on his own sub, and then he's able to watch them through the Reddit player to go around the rule at work where you can't watch YouTube. What a genius this guy is. So he creates a playlist for himself. It's called Alex's YouTube videos.
That's amazing.
Didn't pop up for me.
Yep. It's let me see if I'm allowed to share here. It always gives me the business when I try to share.
Always gives you the business every flipping time.
Share screen. Sharing screen. Disable notifications, sure. It's just Firefox gives me a lot of business, so
what other ones we got while we're looking at the Alex's YouTube videos?
I found a pretty fun one that I would really not like someone to do for my refrigerator. It's Fridge Detective, a subreddit where you post a picture of what's in your refrigerator and people deduce things about you and your life based on your fridge.
Oh no, that is
This is very rude.
That feels like it's adjacent to roast meat.
Yes. Okay, mine's not looking good lately. Okay. Oh my god.
Wow.
Is that a bite out of? So there's a photograph of a bite out of a stick of butter. Is that true?
This is the top of all time on Fridge Detective. It's literally something we need a detective, apparently.
Oh
6
my
people,
God.
all suspects. 2 roommates, 4 guests. All spent the night over. Who bit my butter?
So funny.
It's tagged with weed or alcohol did it. And it's a picture of a human bite out of butter. What?
I like being an agent of chaos, but like very, very benign chaos.
Yeah, it's not even a big bite.
Like leaving a small, like a 3 centimeter inch like dinosaur toy on somebody's bathroom shelf, biting a little bit of butter. You're like, what the hell's going on?
Okay, let's
biting a little bit of butter is so funny. Like that is like the greatest little fucking
beautiful.
Right, tell us who the culprit is.
All right, so this is what they say. I published in our group chat who did this to our butter. One of the boyfriends messaged back with a picture of his bite marks to prove it wasn't him. It wasn't. My roommate and his girlfriend were also not likely suspects. Why eat butter? Then they link to this picture.
I know why.
Chris, did you take a bite of my butter? Wake up, sip some sherry, take a bite of some butter, and good to go. I didn't take a bite of butter, and that's not my bite mark. What are the 2 things above the teeth marks? Good question.
Glasses? Like the imprint of some glasses, maybe?
Maybe. Those are the top front teeth marks. The ones on the bottom are the bottom front teeth. Okay, so...
Let me paint you a scenario. I wake up in the morning. I'm having an omelet. I need butter in my omelet. Now, a lot of people would use a knife to cut a piece of butter off. Not me. I bite it. I transport it in my mouth to the pan. I spit it in the pan. Wow. Therefore, saving the dishes.
That's a great idea, actually.
That's a pretty good idea. I mean, this is dog. You look genuinely shook right now. You look spooked by this.
I am. Okay, so I can vaguely.
Is your phobia teeth marks?
Well, if you look like maybe a fingernail's length right above the top teeth marks, there might be a little indent. So
nose. We talking like what do we think that could be?
So let me share.
Seems like maybe a scrotum, I would say.
Okay, so here's the text thread between the group. Okay.
Chris, did you take a bite of my butter?
Of my butter. Wake up, sip some sherry, take a bite of butter, good to go. Okay, so what are the 2 things above the teeth?
I like the guy who takes a shot. Wait, are we frozen?
No, you're good. Your internet's cutting in and out, but you're fine.
Okay, so those are some big front teeth, someone says. True. Those were 2 giant front buck teeth. I'm saving this butter, and I'm going to compare them to y'all's teeth tomorrow. If I had eaten butter, I would have finished that block, says someone.
Good point.
Then someone else sends another message to 2 other people. This is the person whose butter it was. Did someone break into my apartment, take a bite of my butter? It doesn't match any of my roommates or mine. The response is, I have no idea. I don't think I was drunk enough to go bite a stick of butter. It's highly improbable because I remember most drunk antics. Also, I finish what I start. However, I don't rule it out 100% because I do eat butter on the reg.
It's definitely that person.
It might be.
It's a woman's bite mark is what they're claiming.
They're saying it's a woman's bite mark. I noticed me and Josh have large teeth, so it probably means it's female teeth. Female teeth are smaller. That text doesn't make sense, Stephen. The top teeth are large. Someone just took a massive bite of butter to compare.
I love this.
Yeah,
is eating butter a thing in England?
I can't tell.
Because it seems like I can't tell if they're all tongue in cheek about it, or which I think they are, but they all seem to regularly enjoy a bite of butter, like once a month. Yeah, like not every day, but like here and there.
I mean, I also love the antics. Like, this feels very college when you have just like you're bustling with like free creative energy, where you're like, we're gonna go on a detective chase.
Yeah, we're gonna be like,
solve this. I know.
Okay, so he says that didn't make sense. So here is the top teeth. They're pretty big. He took a bite of butter. Yeah, I know, but me and Josh compared our top teeth to the top teeth on the butter biter, and we have much larger top teeth. This person sends another picture. They bit the butter again. Another bite. I made both bites, she says. I'm sorry I ever accused you, Chris, this person says.
I like how it gets earnest and real.
Whoever bit the butter has really straight bottom teeth. Was it Alex? No, her bottom teeth are crooked. I compared. My mother just asked me why I'm eating and taking pictures of butter. To clear my name, Mother. I want them to know I'm innocent. All right, so that's the text thread they mess. Okay, so now let's go back to.
By the way, I'm now emotionally invested in.
I am so into this.
I have
that
to
person's
know what happened here.
That person's bite has two kind of buck teeth, I'll say, like two large, big front teeth, and then seemingly no teeth on the sides.
Yeah, none. Just two
zero
front teeth.
And
no
that's
other
it.
teeth, and then a really straight.
And then perfect teeth on the bottom. Yeah.
Okay, so they say alcohol was in the mix, and my girlfriend was with me the whole night while the other previously mentioned couple slept on the couch and remained there for presumably the whole night. Mm-hmm. None have had any butter-related incidents yet or in the past, so this is strange. Did someone break into my apartment?
Butter-related incident. What predicates a butter-related incident? I don't know if I've ever had a butter-related incident.
I don't think I have. Did someone break into my apartment?
A little too much on your toast.
And leave? Edit. I have yet to figure out who did this still, but some have asked to see some teeth. I included here my teeth, my girlfriend's teeth, and Chris's teeth, the only picture I actually have of him. Two theories I have are these. One, I think this one might be the case. The girlfriend did it as a joke to cutely torture me at a later time, possibly while drunk because she doesn't remember it and denies it was her, but she's got some chompers. Or two, I was on some Ambien and I did it on a previous day and only discovered it later. But my teeth aren't crooked and don't match, so who knows? I didn't expect this much interest. Now it's number one on this subreddit. Feel free to post this to other subs that may be appropriate. So here, I'm wondering what this image is. Is this going to be a compare? Okay, so these are the teeth.
Oh my god.
Okay, so teeth.
I mean, these are some good teeth.
Yeah. Okay, teeth. The tooth on this side for him is indented, where I could see this being a buck tooth, but this one's right next to the other tooth. So I feel like that would show up on the top. Wow, this is a mystery.
This is quite the. We gotta put a tab in now. We're gonna get a hold of this guy and we're gonna interview him live on the pod. He'll be our next guest.
Yeah, we need to get him on the pod as a guest.
We're gonna break down this one from beginning to end.
For you, GOI with Bennett Foddy. Yes, 1 year ago.
I mean, I love the idea of us becoming like a detective subreddit. Or a detective podcast where we really just like.
We noticed you had an unresolved issue and we want to follow up on it.
Do you have an utterly mundane crime that has happened in your home?
I love this.
Solve it.
Wow.
Love it. What else we got? We got pharmacy memes. I mean, this is a classic one. I feel like this one we all have like seen this one around. But this one's much smaller. I'm actually kind of confused. So this is Dark Stories, but Dark Stories is a 2 to 3 sentences of horror that gets you. What's the other one? Isn't there another one that's like that? There's another one that's really like small stories as well. Like The Moth. It still doesn't make sense to me. Moths attack sweaters and fly around light bulbs. They don't devour humans. That's cute.
Oh, okay.
So this is like the whole thing is, but this is such a small subreddit. I feel like there's other. I'm almost positive there's another subreddit dedicated to one. It's like one sentence horror, right? Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah. What is that?
You're gonna see like the utterly pathetic amount of subreddits that I'm now subscribed to because I have to pull. This is what happens now when I try to go my subreddits.
There are so many.
There's too many.
It takes minutes for it to load for me.
2-sentence horror stories.
Look at this.
Dr. Spakaman, dude, coming through again.
Thank
There
you,
we go.
Chairman.
That's just a list of every subreddit.
It's literally every these are all the subreddits I'm subscribed to because of this fucking podcast we do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you ever go back and unsubscribe? I mean, it might be worth it, but maybe not.
No way, dude. I feel like it's like collecting things where it's like I can't get rid of them because it might be worth something someday, you know?
Yeah.
I hear
There we
you.
go. 2 sentence.
The value could balloon.
There is also a one sentence horror stories.
See, 2 sentence horror has a absolute bucket of people here, right? So, are you getting any? Are you having a hard time getting to sleep? It's okay. You're not alone. Oh, like it. One benefit they never tell you about an apartment over a home. At night, you can pretend the noises and footsteps you hear are your neighbors.
Oh,
I like it.
These are scary.
I don't get scared by story. I don't get scared by stories like this. I've been reading actually Lovecraft lately. I've been going through I've been reading the Necronomicon.
Whoa!
And it's like I'm really enjoying it. Like I like the world in which it like takes place, you know? And
is that the book that's based on the HBO series? That the HBO series was based on? Is it the same
is there an HBO
author?
Or?
Lovecraft Country?
Super probably. Lovecraft
I don't
is
know.
a very very famous horror writer from the
okay.
turn of the century, I believe.
Yeah, okay. That must be based on the books.
Yeah. But he wrote he's the one who came up with like the Cthulhu concept, right? Like the kind of like the oceanic beast with the tentacles and shit. That's a H.P. Lovecraft thing. But I don't find it scary. I find it I like the world. It feels like the usage of he uses his sentences are crazy. Like they're just like these long very very illustrative descriptive sentences with every scary adjective you could use all packed into one thing, right?
Dang,
and
yeah.
so
do you like that kind of writing, or is that your stige?
I don't I don't know, kind of. I mean, I tend to like I like Hemingway, you know what I mean? I like one sentence
sunset, whiskey,
yeah,
punch
exactly,
my wife. Yeah,
exactly. I like Hemingway because he could hit you over the head with 3 words that you're just like, damn, I don't know why that one I feel that so heavy, but something about that fucking way that's written or where it sits in the paragraph just crushes me.
Some say he was the original memer, you know, just a couple words, nailed it. Some say. I don't know.
Some would say. I don't know, man. I don't read nearly as much as I wish I did these days. You know, I mean, I think I subscribe to a tons of shit on my Kindle because I became a Kindle freak during the quarantine, and I don't have time to read shit. And if I do, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm laying in bed. I'm finally gonna watch, and I'm asleep the second, you know, or I'm finally gonna read, and then I'm asleep after a page. So. But I do like Lovecraft.
Man.
So I'm I am when I can, I'm trying to read Lovecraft.
I gotta check him out. Or her. I guess we don't really know. We'll never know.
This is one I cannot click on, but it is
Autocunnilingus?
Subreddit. Autocunnilingus. Is that one?
It is.
Yes.
Wait, where? Huh? Where is that?
It just says 6,000 people eagerly waiting for the first real video of a girl licking her own pussy. That's what it's about.
Wow. That's just oh my god.
Someday it'll happen.
So this one is
as I'm reading, I'm going, wait, what?
Wow, exactly what it says.
Dude, some of the shit we see in here is very disturbing. There is one called Sandy Cheeks Cockvore. And it's about Sandy the squirrel from SpongeBob SquarePants enclosing people and things with her giant member.
Wow.
I won't click on that one. I'm not clicking that one.
And that's like a comic spin-off fan page of people drawing these things.
Yeah, I guess people.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it wild how fetishes work? Right? I feel like people this is one thing that I find really interesting about Reddit. I mean, one of the many things, of course, but the fetish subcultures of subreddits like, I mean, we've noticed this about adult babies, right? Where you look at adult babies and you're just like, damn, like, how did your brain get there? How did this happen, right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, there's like all these crazy fetishes where you're just kind of like, what? How did that happen? You know what I mean? Like your brain, because you know, as like a child, I guess your brain develops in a way where like you see this one thing when you're fucking going through this one moment, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh yeah, I went through puberty when I saw sandy cheeks on SpongeBob, and now that's my biggest fetish. And you're just like, what?
It's like almost a curse. It makes me want to like protect the children of the world and just be like, don't watch anything when you're going through.
Just like that, like, you became QAnon. Save the children.
Save the kids. You know.
Save the children. Lock them in a room. Don't let them watch cartoons until they're 15.
Exactly.
Don't let them see the internet until they're 15. I mean, here's another one. Speaking
QAnon, we broke that story about 5 years before CNN caught up to it. Jeez, people. They had a QAnon story on the other night that was like just on. It was like an encapsulating QAnon. Like, this is what it was. Like, and I just sort of started watching it
2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, it was. They like glaze over some like real conspiracy mixed in with some crazy conspiracy, and I'm like, God, they're doing such a bad job of covering the story.
Yeah,
I think we covered it again.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we had Roy was our guy in the street. So another one here, we have Anus.
He was at the Capitol. Did you know that?
Is that true? Was he actually there?
Let's just assume he was.
Let's assume he was. So Anus Free. So a subreddit where you can get free anal sex. JK, it's exactly what you think it is. So what do we think it is?
I don't understand.
I don't know
Anus
what I think.
Free.
Yeah. I had no idea what I thought it was.
It's like a butt with no butthole. Is that what it is?
I mean, it's evidently I think it's pictures of butts, but with no beehole, shopped out, or with the beehole shopped out.
Amazing.
I love the usage of beehole shopped. Shopped is very funny.
I want to see butt crack free.
I will. Ooh, that's.
You want to see a butthole-less butt crack?
Yeah. The anus can stay, but I just don't want it in a crack. I think just a one round bun.
Oh, no crack. Just a bubble. Just like I mean, like one of those ergonomic bubble chairs.
Ew.
So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this. Dog, let's see if you're a one-hit wonder. Start that sub and let's see if it catches on.
Maybe
if it doesn't catch on, we know that you struck gold with adult babies. But if it does catch on, we know you have a real talent.
Look, I already can't mod adult babies. How am I going to go find pictures of butts, Photoshop them to not have cracks? Like I just.
Well, this is a nice thing is you won't have to because your legions of supporters will.
Hit me up, y'all, if you want to be part of it.
There's one thing you've learned through the adult babies thing.
True.
Boomer Hentai, a sub for boomer comics with nudity, partial nudity, and jokes involving sex.
That's
cursed
hilarious.
At times. So this must be like Filbert and shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
Boomer comics, like with all like the horrible like style of Boomer comics, and then with hentai themes. It's gotta be.
God, how do I want to click? Oh, I want to click on it so bad, but we're gonna get banned from Twitch if we do that. I can't do it.
Oh my goodness, this is so funny.
I just want to click it. It's hard to be on this subreddit with all these like really alluring, not safe for work subreddits, knowing that we will get banned from every platform for doing this.
We can't, you guys. I'm sorry. I know you want to see it too.
I know. I'm also, by the way, as I think about getting banned, I'm reminded we do have to talk about eBay today as well. So,
yeah,
we do need to talk about eBay. Probably soon, actually. Dog, do you have the ad pulled up just so we can make sure we're doing our due diligence?
I'm doing it right now.
And I'm going to pull up eBay and see if I can. What is something contextual that we've been talking about that maybe I can pull up here? We already found the Brad Pitt miniatures, which we did not know why that was there.
God, that was cool.
What a weird, sudden, strange thing to have identified.
It made me, you know what I got into like a year ago is like following Instagram artists who custom paint dolls.
Oh, very weird.
Really weird, but it's really cool watching them paint it.
Love to hear it. All right, so Doc, tell us about eBay.
To hear it. Let me tell you a little bit about frickin' eBay, you guys. Whether you're looking for rare dead stock or the latest release, you can actually find the exact shoe that you are looking for. Something I never considered until now. So everybody's looking for cool sneakers. It is actually eBay who is the original sneaker marketplace. So if you've been eyeing a really cool pair of sneakers, check out eBay at ebay.com/sneakers today. They do their own authenticity guarantee, make sure it's inspected by professional authenticators, making sure you don't get any like you've seen those pictures of people who thought they were buying Yeezys online for like a good price, and then they get like a baby Yeezy in the mail, and they're like, this is not what I thought I got. So that won't happen here. So yeah, go to ebay.com/sneakers today. eBay, the world's best destination for discovering great value and unique selection.
See, I'm out here trying to find a used banjo on eBay literally right now.
Dude.
I've noted I got a banjo in the mail the other day that I got from another place that is not eBay, and it fucking sucks. I hate it. So I want to get a different one.
You gotta get this. Ooh, this is pretty.
The one I got just doesn't seem like high quality, and this one's kind of nice. I might get a new.
Hey, made in Japan
today.
This is really sweet.
Yeah, I gotta look the. Ooh, Ida. I don't know what it is. Not particularly pricey too, so maybe this is a deal.
Maybe that's the one.
Put on my watch list. With all the other strange things that are on my watch list right now, being like adult foreskin restoration kits and shit like that. Anyway, all right. So back to the sub. So what else we got? So I know we're getting close to Joe Rogan time, so let's hit a couple more before we have to close this fella out. Boomer hentai. We already talked about that. Spit whitening, a sub where girls show off their spit after using one of those UV light. Wow.
Another
What? Wait, I don't understand. What is the UV light thing for teeth whitening? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. All right. So
have you guys used it? Is it great? It seems great.
I've used it a little bit. It makes your teeth or makes your spit weird. So that must be what this is.
And you end up like, unless you want to swallow a shit ton of spit, you like end up with a ton of it.
God damn it.
And so then you just let's just walk let's watch the rubes like me through the process, because I've never seen it, heard it, or been around it.
So this is what you do. It's like you get this little thing and then you squirt all this like whitening shit on it. Then you like stick it in your teeth and press a button, and then it like turns the blue UV light on, and then you have to sit there for like 5 minutes or something while it just like blasts your teeth.
How long?
And so during that time, you like don't want to swallow all that whitening stuff, so you like hold your spit in. The whitening stuff ends up making your spit look like jizz, which is apparently why this exists as a subreddit.
This subreddit.
People, I cannot deal with people.
I'm gonna just pull this up because it's like it's not technically not safe for work.
It looks not safe for work though. So if your boss sees it,
but it's not. Yeah. So this is the kind of content we're talking about here. So
ew.
It's just like
Jesus Christ.
That's all it is. It's literally your just like
look really white.
You got nice teeth white though. Nice white teeth.
It's just people pretending their own spit is not.
Yeah, I think it's literally just. That's it.
God, guys are hard up.
I love the internet, man.
My internet went out and I missed the whole explanation, and I'm so I'll never know. I'll never know.
You're gonna have to go back and re-listen like another one of our just a regular old fan, you know?
You crime like cereal. Oh, this is interesting. I've never known the word for this. Hybristophilia. People who are sexually and romantically attracted to those who have committed a crime, like serial killers and mass murderers, like Ramirez.
Oh, I love it. I mean, the best cheekbones in the game, right?
Yeah, cheekbones, man.
Best cheekbones, worst teeth.
Another one.
Ooh, Casey Anthony.
She's kind of a babe, you know.
God.
I mean, look at that. Look at that smile.
Look at that little fucker.
Yeah, she's
Look at those curtain bangs, though.
Did she dump her kids in a lake? What did she do? She dumped her kids in the river or something?
No,
Killed her daughter.
They were in her trunk or something.
Yeah.
Nah, that's muffed up.
They found her in like the woods or something, and this was like the most obvious thing. She would tell her friends that her kids, when she would go out partying, that her kids were with Zanny the nanny, which is obviously Xanax. Like she obviously would Xanax her kid, and probably the kid, like I don't know, OD'd or something. But there was
true. Fuck
yes.
Me. That's
also,
awful.
This is a crazy detail about that case. When this was at the beginning, kind of, I think this happened right around the time when like the internet was first like kind of really kicking into gear, like around like, I don't know, 2007, 2008. And like the police didn't know to check her Chrome browser. So they only checked her Safari browser and they didn't find any incriminating searches. But after the trial, they found her acquitted. They searched her Chrome browser and they found searches for like how to kill, like how to suffocate, how long it takes to suffocate after like covering mouth and nose, like all that kind of shit. And they did not search for it.
That is funny.
So she got acquitted. She got off on that case?
Yep.
Huh. And now she's just around. She's hanging out in Tennessee or wherever she lives.
Probably has an OnlyFans.
Does she have OnlyFans?
She might. There's a subreddit called OnlyFlans.
Oh, I saw
yes.
Pictures of flan.
Photos of flan.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. I mean, this is, you know what's interesting about the hybristophilia?
Mm-hmm.
It is really like highly dominated by Richard Ramirez.
Well, he's the hunk. He's the hunkiest of the hunks.
I mean, he's the hunk du jour because of Netflix.
He's top of all time. I mean, they got that photo there. We got like Richard Ramirez is his high school yearbook.
God,
that boy.
I don't think he was that good looking, guys, and everyone knows his breath smelled like butt.
Yeah, his breath was really bad smelling.
What did the person say at the Goodwill? They were like, "Yeah, he smelled of goat and butt." It was like things that you're like, "Yeah, he looks like he smells of goat butt."
Yeah,
it was wet goat.
They're like, "Why were his teeth so bad?" And they're like, "Because he only ate like Whoppers and did crack."
Yeah, and lived at the Cecil Hotel, which didn't seem clean.
No, it's not. You know what the crazy?
The water there is questionable.
The one thing that I did find out about that documentary that I was just like, wow, like what a business model is. They had the way they split up the floors.
Yeah.
Like, they were like the lobby. And then there was like the first two floors were just like where homeless people lived. And then like the second or like the third and fourth floor was for like tourists coming to town. And then, like the rest of the floors were like
youth hostel,
crack dens. You're just like, what?
Oh my god! Don't get off on the wrong floor.
Honestly, man, I've never known that was even a thing until I watched a documentary, and now I'm like, whoa,
wild.
The one guy they interviewed was good. He's like, yeah, like above the 15th floor. He's like, you don't go up there. That was where crazy shit happened. You're like, whoa, and like the higher you went, the crazier shit got, and that's how it was.
Insane.
Whoa.
I mean, that would be such a fucking trip if you like found if you were in a hotel and you were like, wow, this is really nice. Like, what a beautiful boutique hotel. And then you like went to the wrong floor and you got out and it was just like fucking night crawlers everywhere. And you're just like, what is going on?
Good news, bad news. Your mother has passed and left you a hotel in her will. Bad news. It's the Cecil Hotel. You have to manage it now.
What? It will cost you money to have it torn down. So it's yours.
Cannot even touch the surface on how many other strange subreddits there are here.
Wow.
So we got cart narcs. Where returning your shopping cart either makes you a hero or a bad member of society. So these are people that are like, these are cart narcs, man.
Yeah.
These are like,
we'll take a picture of you if you
what
leave
is
your
a cart
cart.
narc? A hero, a champion of the people, someone who shames those who abandon shopping carts, or alternatively, someone who is just really passionate about getting your shopping cart in the corral.
Like, I love it. Don't be a bystander.
Just like,
make sure people know it's not okay.
Oh, that's
in random places.
I've always been a cart returner, and I believe in it. I like this poster.
Right.
This is cool.
Wow.
But since having kids, I'm using the kid excuse here, but
That's
like,
the best.
yeah, I'll put the kid in the car, and then the question is like, do you leave the kid alone in the car and go like? Sometimes you got to walk like, 200 yards and then come back, and it feels like fuck. Like, do I just ditch it in the bush and like? It ends up being your excuse for why you can, but it's a conundrum. It's a parenting conundrum. So
well, you're gonna get stung by the cops, by the cart narcs if you do that again.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you on the sub, or else we're gonna have to ditch you from the podcast entirely and have Dr. Spakaman replace you.
I want to see more. I want to see more cart caddies out there. I want to see more of those guys in the sun hats. Okay.
I love that.
I love
So
that.
SpaceX gone wild. So this is a sub for sexualizing the SpaceX program. I think it's
Amazing.
like literally just like when she asks for full thrust. And I think that's probably like the head of rocket
That
scientist.
guy's face. Oh my god. This
Elon
is
Musk
amazing.
posting upskirts again.
Oh, dude, look at him. That little. This is very cheeky,
Look at
and
those,
I like
look
it.
at those sexual organs. What do you got here? What do you got, dog?
This is very timely. This is a subreddit called "How to Cheat on Your Taxes."
Oh, great.
It's not what it sounds like. It's, I guess, devoted to Trump, and it's, let's see what the subreddit calls it. It's "How to Cheat on Your Taxes," instructed by the leader of the free world. So the top of all time is a USA Today article where it says, how did Donald Trump bankrupt his presidency and fail to save America from COVID-19? Answers lie in his success in dodging taxes and debts. Interesting. So I see I'm not going to get any real tips here, so I'm not interested. I want to know how to actually cheat on my taxes.
Oh my God. And here, I guess to end it, because I know we are officially kind of out of time. Unfortunately, I hate to do it because I love doing this specific subreddit. This is a fucking wild one. But this is going back to the Richard Ramirez with the best jawline in serial killing. This is a subreddit called Mewing. And mewing is entirely dedicated to moving your mouth in a certain way to make your jawline more pronounced.
What?
Is it an exercise, like a weight lift for your jaw?
You're supposed to press your tongue up against the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, so most members of the subreddit are beginners learning how to mew. Questions arise all the time, like I can't breathe while mewing. This is normal. The modern plate of humans is usually small, and you can't bring air in. Keep doing reps and mewing and holding your breath, but don't hold too long. Hold your breath as long as you can. So this is literally like the act of mewing.
Whatever.
Yeah, how to take progress pics. So this is like.
Wait, is this guy exercising?
I don't know. I don't understand.
We got to get into this because I know there's like a device you can chew on that's supposed to help your bite strength.
Weird. It seems like it's something guys would want more. I don't want a bigger chin or bigger jaw.
Yeah, well, there was that picture of Janar there, Jennifer Gardner, and she's kind of got like a mandible on her.
She's got a bit of a mandible.
She's got nice dimples. Very nice dimples.
Yeah, those are very adorable.
But it's the dimples come from the pronounced cheek muscles, right?
Right.
It's kind of a hand-in-hand scenario.
Okay. Not mewing. Mewing.
That just looks like in a reverse picture, right? I don't.
It's the same.
It's terrible.
Apparently not. I mean, this is very interesting, I suppose.
So not mewing.
Wow.
Oh, now we're talking.
Look at that.
Ooh.
So that guy's much hunkier. Okay. All right, we're in.
I'm sure that's not
straight
Richard.
up like handsome Squidward, man. That's like a
Yeah, this guy basically went from
ultimate Chad, one plus years.
Wow.
Wow, so this person's been mewing frequently.
Yeah, he mews like 20 times a day.
So a mew is an exercise, not mewing. I like this. I like this something you can do in traffic when you're driving.
I would like to know what a doctor's take on mewing is.
It's crazy that if these pictures are accurate, these people's faces the whole shape has changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
cool. Weird. I guess we're gonna all Mew now.
Bunch of pimply doofuses on here. Yeah. Seems like that.
Or you could just
commonality.
Or you could grow just a huge beard and cover up your face. That's what a lot of guys with weak chin lines do.
Well, look at this. So here we go. Here's a truther pick, right? This is a meme. So what people think the benefits are if you Mew, what its are is not correct. What it is. And then it's a better jawline is what people think, but actually mewing can resolve sleep apnea, breathing and swallowing problems, speech disorders, temporal joint dysfunction, sinitis, etc. So I don't know. Are we a mewing pod now? Hard to say. We'll have to see.
I think we are. I think we definitely are. Yeah, we're gonna just transfer this pod, I think, to pure mewing, pure the time.
Just check out the top of all time as like the last picture.
Top of all time on the mewing sub?
Yeah. I think it's really beautiful.
Wow, okay.
All right.
Well,
1 hour mewing transformation.
I mean, looks I mean, if that's what it happens, then I guess it's time to start mewing, right?
Wow, I think so. This is pretty amazing.
Keep mewing. Sorry to interrupt your scrolling, but your tongue might not be where it needs to be. Make sure it's engaged up on the roof of your tongue or on the roof of your mouth. So you need to
I'm mewing right now
while you're doing this. Yeah.
This is weird.
Hitler did not mew. Is that what that picture is? Not a mewer. Ew. Gross. If he couldn't get any worse, he just did.
6-month timeline. We got a utterly pathetic. I mean, quite frankly, just get out of the earth jawline right there. Up until here, we got a pretty nice looking jaw. So,
well, she's respectable.
This might have convinced me to mew.
No, that's fucking bullshit. That's not real.
I think I lost. The guy definitely quit drinking light beers too in that picture.
Yeah, let's be real.
Hey y'all, I gotta hit the preschool scene. Creep out. I like this Mew. This is basically what it is. Is if you lose weight, your jaw will appear to be stronger.
And you're gonna put my tongue on the roof of my mouth. It's like because
I also love. So many of these too are like progress pics from somebody going from 13 to 16. Like, yeah, dog, you went through puberty. Yeah. Now you're an adult. That's what happens. Has nothing to do with you mewing. Yeah.
13 to 16. It's like, no,
you went from that
grew up
to that. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love that.
So funny.
So cute.
All right. Well, let's close this fella out.
Do it.
While this sub exists. Oh. Chef's kiss, love it.
Are you guys mewing?
That one. Oh, you're mewing. He's mewing, everybody.
I am too.
So I imagine we're probably. I actually really want to do the Sons of Orpheus because that one seems fucked up.
Should definitely.
I'm gonna have to do that at some point. Anybody who's watching, listening right now, Dr. Spakaman, as always, you're a gentle they and a scholar. So,
our resident surgeon, thank you for keeping us safe.
Yes, thank you so much. We will be back next week with another episode about the internet, but we've read it the front page of the internet. My name is It's Your Dad.
I'm Dig Babes.
Friday. That's dudes.
Whoa, that was pretty cool. Internet explosion there. All right. Thank you all. See you later.